Accept the answer and then claim what he has for us. And many times we just don't want the plate that God has prepared for us. You want chicken, but he gave you salmon. You want rice, but he gave you potatoes, a sweet potato. Because you don't need that white starch. So he gave you that sweet potato. You mad with God because he didn't fix the plate like you thought it ought to be fixed. And so you reject his blessing. But you got to accept it. And then claim the victory. Because we know that his decision is the best one. And the right one for us at the right time for us. Oh, I'm going to get into delayed prayers and all that stuff later on. I got a lot of ground to cover when it comes to prayer. We got to realize that some of the stuff that we call prayer is not prayer. And so what God has for us, it works out. What father, when his son asked him for bread, would give him a stone? God gives us what we need. What man, when the son is asking for meat, will give him a serpent when he's asking for fish? Not God. He gives us what we need when we need, how we need it. And so then the last piece of this I want to deal with is availeth much. James reminds us that prayer, coming from a person that knows the Lord and the pardoning of his sins, and has demonstrated this effectual work, the fervency in the prayer, availeth much. To say that a prayer availeth much is another way of saying what our grandparents used to say. They just put it another way. They said prayer changes things. Can y'all let me get out of here now? Prayer changes things. One thing I like about prayer, it changes some situations, and I don't know if it necessarily changes it, or maybe it helps me to see God's will clearly. But whatever it is, prayer can turn situations around. I found myself in some dark situations. But prayer brought it to the light. When there's something beyond my reach, prayer helps me reach the unreachable. When someone has gotten out of touch, sometimes I often do, the Bible lets me know that prayer can touch the untouchable. Y'all gonna help me here? When there's circumstance that resists my efforts to change it after I've done my effectual work, I believe that prayer can change the unchanging. When there is a stumbling block that seems like it cannot be moved, I believe that prayer can move the unmovable. When there is a problem that I can't solve all by myself, I believe that God gives me prayer to solve the unsolvable. But I found out that prayer can change some things.